Hi, everyone, and welcome to this week's The Success Codes podcast. I'm your host, Melinda Van Fleet, and I am super excited that you are here today. We are going to dive right in. The topic today is the how. In the coaching land, it's very common that people, business people, entrepreneurs, fellow coaches, and consultants always want to know the how of, increasing their income, getting more clients, new strategies, etc. And a few years ago, it became very popular and trendy, I guess, for a lot of coaches to say, don't worry about the how. It's all energetics and it's, the universe and very feminine energy teachings. And I'm a masculine energy person, woman, soul, however you want to look at it. Always have been. And I've had to learn to have balance. This has been something in my life that I have worked on over the years. And my mom used to say things to me way back when, but I didn't quite understand. So I would say in the last, 10, 15-ish years, I don't know exactly, I started to have just more awareness around this. And I still work 7 days a week on and off. And I think that's important as an entrepreneur to really know that. Like, it's not like I'm on vacation sipping pina coladas under the palm trees here in the Florida Keys. I work on and off all throughout the week. And it's been very, triggering is not the right word, but just like disturbing that narrative was going around so strongly. And I think it's done a lot of damage to people over the years. Not only if they start to truly just follow that advice and take that as like gospel, quote unquote, but also the confusion around that. And I quite frankly got caught up in the confusion of that. So I knew I always had to figure out balance. But then when that narrative started going around and there were certain coaches online popping champagne bottles and balloons and all the things, but then saying that, it's just all energetics. I was like, well, what does that mean, right? So I've been on this personal journey, I would say in the last couple of years, since I stopped being a sales rep, of really like figuring that out and finding my own balance. And I have to tell you, you do have to do more masculine things than the narrative. You have to take action every single day. So I announced on LinkedIn, I think it was on Tuesday, that I was quote unquote going dark. And it was such a fun post to post because then it's fun to see like how people respond, right? There's people that got it, like understood what that meant. And then there are other people that, either they just read it quickly and commented, or they really thought I was like, taking a vacation or like really resting and rejuvenating. No, I was like still working, but I was like going dark on some platforms and some of the things I do. I was just kind of taking a step back from distractions and spending some time. It was about a few days of just like regrouping. And the regrouping is a huge piece of the how. Because if you're always just like going on autopilot in the masculine energy, or you're doing way too much, feminine energy type activities, then you don't really end up coming up with like a strategy that's aligned with your vision and also making tweaks for where you are. And we're heading into March, people. It's kind of scary, isn't it? Like, we're already almost into March of 2024. So I'm looking at the year so far and I'm like, let's see if we can make some tweaks here. Like, what have I learned? And so I went dark to do that. I took a step back from some things and really started to like deepen my awareness around what did I need to be doing a better job of? What were my gaps? Why did I think I had those gaps? What could I tap into that I already had? And I needed the time to do that. And that's where I think that so many people miss the mark, is that they don't take, just like a day or two. Like literally, this wasn't like I took a month. Not at all. I would say the journey started on Sunday. And I was like, I really need to get better at this. And so I sat with it for not very long, because I'm able to tap in to my higher mind very quickly. And it came to me, okay, you have this from this person, and this person's really good at this. And I was like, damn, you're right. So I refollowed her on Instagram. I pulled up my Kajabi, and I started listening to that course again. And I was like, damn, this is a really good course. It was really good. And blocked out all these other distractions that weren't, helping me. They weren't solving the issue. And it is actually just mind-blowing when I think about it. And I don't want to name names, because I'm not trying to make anyone feel bad out there in the land. Who knows who listens to these podcasts? But it was just an eye-opening experience of gosh, I have the right information for me and what I want to do, and cut out all these other people. Get these people out of my feed, move forward from thinking that I should be paying attention to what they're saying. It's not helping me, right? Let's regroup and let's focus. And what ended up happening in that is all these other ideas came to me as well. One was to resurrect. I actually sent an email blast last week called The Resurrection. My Facebook group. I have a Facebook group. It's called Beyond Basic. And the last time I posted in that Facebook group was in September, in the middle of my rebranding. I then stopped because I was like, okay, I need to focus. So there was something there that I just kind of put on pause, and I forgot to resurrect it. So in that training that I was listening to on Kajabi, she mentions this, just a side note of a business building tool. And I went, gosh, you're right. I have a Facebook group. Hi. Let's resurrect it. So I redid the image. I made an announcement on Facebook. I made a newsletter about it, an email blast, and I resurrected it. The other thing that came to me was to create a free mini course, because I have all these amazing ideas that come to me that are kind of too much for a podcast. They don't really fit into the podcast lane, but it's not let's say, big enough to really charge for, but it's still really good information. And I don't want to feel this pressure to charge for this, but in the future I may bundle them, which was also part of this strategy of what I was listening to on Kajabi. In a way, she kind of mentioned this too. So I'm I can promote these, and it's going to be amazing information, amazing things that no one talks about. I have so many things that I experienced that no one talks about. And this mini course, which again is free, you can email me for the link. I'm in the middle of recording it now and working on it. Today's Saturday. It's going to come out on Sunday to the people that said they want in. And it's going to be on belief systems. And it's going to be a whole different conversation. Again, that's not out there. So it needed a home. I have all these things that happen to me, for me, all these conversations, and they just need homes. So I was like, wow, this could be a really great thing that is super, super helpful to people, for the right people. It's not going to be for everyone, because it's a next level conversation. But the people that feel called for it, I will send them the link. All they have to do is say they're in. They can say they're in on Instagram, Facebook, or LinkedIn. Again, if you're listening to this podcast, you can email me at melinda@melindavanfleet.com. Say, hey, can you email me the free mini course on beliefs? You can call it belief system, whatever. Just say the word belief. I know what you're talking about. And yeah, that came to me. That was amazing. Also, too, all these amazing ideas came to me for my husband and I's business, Good Karma Sportfishing and Coaching. I wrote a list. And I also had a really powerful conversation with my husband about like navigating something that's really been a challenge in our business and in our relationship. And that came to me. So we had that conversation and we put together a plan. And that'll be a whole other teaching, maybe a mini course for that. Because no one talks about these things. So outside of like the how of like going, I went dark for, the 2 days, less distractions in my life. Those things like came to me easily. Those were 3 big things that came to me. So people are like, well, how? Well, that's how. I eliminated distractions, whatever I could, for about 2 to 3 days. I listened to my intuition, which is something I help my clients with. And I took action. I was like, you know what? I need to tap into that course again. And that course ended up working perfectly in conjunction with another course I just bought from someone I met in a Facebook group that was really helpful. So I loved her course. I gave her a shout out already in Instagram stories. And it was like kind of like a good sister. It was like a good sister to this other course. And I'm diving in and taking action and listening to it again. And, there's so many people out there that have tools already. Like, before you buy another money manifestation course, like, what do you have? Like, literally, what do you have? Like, do you already have, like, Amanda Francis's course? Do you already have courses from, other big teachers, like, out there? Like a Catherine Zinkina, who I've mentioned before on my podcast. I don't personally have any of her courses, but I highly respect her and the business that she's built. There's lots of money courses out there. What do you already have, right? Which is one of the reasons why I haven't like created a course like that, because I feel like there's just so much out there. Instead, what I created is the New Codes Collective, which is like implementing that stuff, right? It's the how. It's truly the how. The how. Back to the how. So think about that. Like, I really challenge you, as we're heading into March, it's like, think about, where are you in relation to your goals? Are you balanced with your masculine and feminine energy? If you are way too much in the feminine, you're way too much like, I don't know, sitting around, what's a feminine energy? I don't even know, like, not really focused, like just thinking things are going to happen, not moving through your emotions, those type of things, like that's so feminine. Like, just think about it. You probably know what I'm talking about if this is for you, if this lands for you in this way. You're going to know. Yeah, it's me. I'm really not showing up online. I'm not putting together strategies. I'm not taking action. I'm not learning something and implementing it. You're just not doing those things. Then you need to find some balance. Like, put together like a to-do list. And do it. And do it every single day. Do something every single day. Do many things every single day. Because the whole like fallacy that you can create a business in 4 hours, 5 days a week, like, please stop. Like, no, you cannot create a very large business doing that. Those coaches that say they work 4 hours a week to sell you something, to sell you their program, let me tell you, they spent hours and years building what they have. So now they can do that. Every single coach I've ever talked to, every single entrepreneur I've ever spoken to, business owner, someone in sales, let's say like if you're in mortgage or real estate, they put in the work. Like, they put in the work. And now they can maybe take a little step back, right? Maybe now they have a team. Maybe now they have systems. Maybe now they have like reoccurring clients. But you still have to do the work, especially in the beginning. Like I have friends that have like huge staffs and you know, their phone still rings with questions. It still happens. It still happens. So don't get caught up in this narrative that you know, things are just going to magically happen. You still have to do the work. And that is the how. The how is like the masculine energy sometimes. Like that is the how. Even if you do, this is what's so crazy too. Like even if you do like spiritual work, let's say, I'm going to make something up here. Let's say you're journaling and that's, you know, part of what someone taught you is going to help you manifest millions of dollars, right? The journaling is still an activity. It's still a masculine energy thing. You're writing, right? So really like think about it. I'm just saying, like, just think about like what you're doing and is it giving you the results you want and where do you need to tweak it? And that's your how. And if you have to go dark for a couple days, like a day, 2 days, 3 days, and just shut everything out that you can, you know, do that. That it really helped. Like it truly helped. And I still showed up on Instagram, which really kind of feeds into Facebook. So a little bit like, but now it even more. I'm like, you know, I have to show up even more. And I don't do this from a place of lack at all or stress. I just do a place because it just comes to me so easily. So why not? I'm totally seeing how this algorithm is. It's horrible. If the ideas come to me quickly, I'm going to post it. Because honestly, I was telling my husband, like the algorithm is so crazy. Like think about it. You're in your car. You're at a stoplight. You pull up Instagram. You see someone's post. But you don't read it because you're in your car and you're driving. So then you shut off Instagram and then you pull it up again. The chances that you're going to see that same post are so little, like so small. It's gone. Boop, gone. So then are you going to be the type of person, oh yeah, you know, I have to remember to pull up so-and-so's post and go to their wall and pull it up and read it and comment and like it. No, you don't. No, that's very rare. It is so rare if someone does that. So rare. It's gone. You missed your opportunity. You missed your opportunity. Both as the person consuming the content and the person creating the content. It's gone. Poof, gone. And that's how the majority of people consume social media. Majority of people. They look at something really fast, they scroll, they move on. It's just a distraction that pops in and out of their lives. I mean, do you really sit on Instagram for an hour and like look at everybody's posts? I don't, and I'm pretty good at stuff like this. Full transparency. I don't. So it's gone, right? It's gone. Poof, gone. So that was the other thing too, was like, I have to show up more. And I'm not stressing my nervous system out in the process. I'm balanced, but I am going to show up more, right? So that came to me too as just part of like visibility strategy and growing my audience and sharing more and offering more. I have to show up more too in order to, you know, get the views. So I really hope that this provides some clarity for people in terms of like, you know what, I need to do that. I need to slow down. I need to really think about where I am in my business and how can I make some changes? How can I make some changes? And then do it. And you'll be amazed at how things will open up and move for you so much faster. There's truly no excuse. And now is when people really need to innovate. That's been a word that's been coming up a lot in different groups I'm in, is innovate. And it's true. It is true. So the innovation, me adding this, you know, free mini course is a piece of innovation. Me bringing back my Facebook group, Beyond Basic, is a piece of innovation. The ideas that came through for Good Karma Sport Fishing and Coaching, that's innovation. Like all these things are innovation. It's innovation when you make changes, when you try new things and see where that lands. Where does it go from here? I think that's just like super important to like realize that. And it may not be super sexy to have this conversation, but it's just a truth. It's a truth. So I'm going to end this here. I think my little soapbox TED Talk for the day is good. It's complete. I feel complete. But if you're interested in being in Beyond Basic Facebook group, the link is just in the show notes. If you wish to receive the free mini course on belief systems, again, you can just email me or message me through LinkedIn, Instagram, or Facebook, Belief. I assume you probably follow me somewhere, I would hope. Say hi. I love when people say hi. I love when people get my email and they respond back. Like, it just makes my day. So I appreciate that so much. I'm like, hello. Because, when you do these things, you're like talking to the void. You're like, is anyone out there? It would be great if someone just said hi and like, do you like something? Do you not like something? Do you want me to talk about something? Do you not want me to talk about something? It's kind of like just this weird experience as a podcaster and a content creator. And I'm sure if you're one too, you would agree. And, the other thing is the New Codes Collective. It's truly an amazing group. I love it. Tomorrow night, so today's Saturday, so Sunday, is the high session, a high 70 energy. If you don't know what a high 70 energy is, there's a page on my website about a high. I've talked about it a lot, but check out that page on my website. And that's just now part of the group. It's part of the New Codes Collective. So I have a whole sales page about New Codes Collective. It's only $88 a month. Pay in full for 6 months is $440, which means you get 1 free month, and you also get a bonus personalized a high 70 energy activation, which is like a whole other level. So all that information is on my website. You can check it out. And yeah, let me know. That's all I've got. Thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate you. Bye for now.